Good morning. It is Wednesday, the 2nd of January, 2013. Happy New Year and welcome to the new year. Here's all the news in Panama that's worth talking about today. Uh, Everything is getting turned back on after the holiday break. And today, the new legislative assembly at the National Assembly is being installed. And as we speak right now, everybody is down at the National Assembly giving their speeches and saying what they did last year and what they're going to do next year. Um, it's one of these things that happens every year, and every year when it happens, the journalists are waiting at the entrance to the National Assembly, and they ask all of the ministers as they come in and interview them basically on the street as they're walking into the building. The labor minister, Alma Cortez, spoke about the Financial Pacific scandal that has been slowly breaking over the last couple of weeks. Um, and she calls it a pase de factura. Basically, it's a political thing that's just being created for political reasons. And she started talking about how Martinelli is not going to be the candidate next year, so there's no reason for these unnecessary attacks. Well, that's kind of funny because the last time she got slapped around by the president was because she started talking about the possibility of him being reelected. So what does she do the next time she gets in front of a microphone? Well, he's not the candidate, so there's no reason to attack him. Well, shut up. Well, anyway, most people avoided talking about this Financial Pacific thing. Um, it's pretty clear that nobody here in Panama is going to investigate anything. Somebody bought apparently about 30 million shares of Petaquilla stock in the last couple of weeks in September, September and October of 2009, after they had some meetings with the president and right before they got their permission to begin producing and exporting gold in Panama, shortly after Martinelli took over. So, was it Ricardo Martinelli that used insider information to buy up 30 million shares of stock and then profit in that greatly as the price went from 22 cents a share up to over $1.20? Maybe not. Maybe it wasn't Ricardo Martinelli. Did somebody else use insider information to profit off of that? Maybe. Is that going to be investigated in Panama? No, it's probably going to be investigated in Canada and in the United States, and I think Frankfurt is where else the Petaquilla stock is traded. I've spoken to some of those investigators, especially in Canada, and they obviously are not going to say we're investigating it, but they were very interested, let's just say, in the allegations that are being made here. So, once again, I suspect there will be more about this Petaquilla insider trading thing rather than less as we move forward. Today, the new National Assembly was installed, and Sergio Galvez, the president of the Assembly, said that they're going to be coming into this year passive and tranquil. Basically, they got their butts kicked up around their shoulders on several occasions last year, where they would ram through some kind of a piece of legislation, and then there would be protests, and then they had to undo it. Like for example, the thing on the selling of the land of the Cologne Free Trade Zone. So they got kicked around several times last year. So this year they're going to be passive and tranquil, and they talked about how many laws they got passed and all that kind of stuff. Well, whatever. It's an annual thing. Jose Ayu Prado he has been installed as the new justice on the Supreme Court, which means that Martinelli now has 5. And to replace him as the Attorney General, Ana Belfon has also now taken charge, or she is now the Attorney General of the Republic. So those two people have been elevated up, and they are now officially in their positions, and off they go. They'll be doing their thing. This is a interesting car wreck in La Critica at early morning, dawn this morning, right coming off of the Via Centenario, the bridge that goes to the Centennial Bridge, right where it goes into Tumba Muerto. A truck lost control. The guy flipped over, slammed into an electric post. So what does the driver do? Ran away. Yeah, the guy just decided to haul ass. screw this truck, I'm out of here, I'm gone. I mean, it's just funny, man, some of the shit that happens down here. So the guy left the truck there. I don't know who owns the truck or whatever cargo is on it or why he went to run away, but he did, and that was it. He just decided he didn't want to deal with this truck wreck, so I'm gone. Hilarious. Okay. Um, okay, there's it's another story again about Cortez talking about the attacks on Martinelli for political reasons because of Financial Pacific. In his speech, Martinelli is giving a speech to the nation. It's probably done now, but he started it a while ago, and he's been talking for a while in front of the National Assembly. And one of the things he mentioned is that the new Metro bus system is now 97% done in two years. They've been working on it, so they've got almost 80% of the buses out there that are eventually going to be out there, and sooner or later all of the old Diablo Rojos will be gone and off the streets, and you'll see nothing but Metro buses driving around, and won't that be nice? It's an upgrade, it's no doubt about it. The Metro buses are much better than the old Diablo Rojos. It's a huge improvement. Okay, here in El Siglo, it looks like on the New Year's celebrations, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and there was a bunch of guys sitting around having a party, and at 3:30 in the morning, one guy left the room and went down to go to the corner store to probably get more booze or whatever, and then the other people noticed that there was smoke and fire coming out of his room, so when they went into that room to find out what was going on, boom, one of these tanks of gases exploded, these little 25-pound tanks of gas, blew up and injured 6 of these dudes. So it was they tried to put the fire out, the tanks exploded, and they all went to the hospital with second and third degree burns. Not a good way to start the new year. In the Mi Diario and also in the Dia Dia, they're talking about traffic accidents, and they've already had 2 people die in the new year. We're only on day 2, and there's already 2 people dead. And in the National Police and the Traffic Authority released their final numbers for 2012. There were 422 people died in traffic accidents in Panama last year, and that is up 41 more than in 2011 when there was 381. So 422 people died, more than 1 per day. And I've said it many times that for foreigners here that are in Panama, probably the most dangerous thing you'll do in this country is drive your car. And it's also, I almost got hit by a friggin' drunk driver on the morning of January 1st at like 10:30 in the morning, driving down Via España, and here comes Knucklehead drunk from the night before, just going, literally from one side to the other, Via España, just completely out of control. I haven't seen anybody that hammered and trying to drive in a long time. But anyway, there he was going right down the middle of Via España. So, be safe when it comes to driving. Okay, that's it. I'm done. I'm out. Wednesday, 2 January 2013. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.